Welcome everyone. My name is Lindsay and we have a gentle yoga practice today that will be very calming. We're going to get into the shoulders, into the hips. We're going to spend some time working with our breath, but also we're going to strengthen the body at the same time, done in a very kind of slow, peaceful way. So we'll make our way to our mat. And I have a block nearby for the end of class. We'll be getting into a supported bridge pose towards the end. So before that, we'll start to come into our comfortable seated posture on our mat. Taking a moment just to move some of the meats from around the sitting bones, feeling those two bones kind of root down nice and evenly. I'm going to start to draw the belly in here. This is going to provide extra strength around the front of the body as well as supporting the lower back. So that gentle engagement, start to draw the belly in and lengthen the spine. So we're going to get taller and taller here. Instead of reaching the forehead towards the sky, I'm going to invite you to imagine that there's a little cord from the back of the head that reaches all the way up. So it's a little bit of a lifting from the back of the head or from the kind of the back crown. And that's going to give us almost a slight tucking in of the chin as we lengthen up through the back of the head. So this is giving us some nice length in through the back of the neck. And we're going to take a breath here, just nice and slow. As you inhale, let the belly become a little softer, still finding that length there. Inhale, fill the chest, breathing all the way up to the collarbones. And then exhale out nice and slow. Feel the air move out of the lungs and start to re-engage the belly button. Draw the belly in towards the back. Again, like that, nice and slow. Let the breath soften the belly, fill the lungs. And the exhale, nice and slow, empty the chest. Use the belly to draw in at the bottom of the exhale. One more like that together. Inhale, let the belly be nice and soft, fill the chest. And exhale fully, feel the chest lower and draw the belly in. Now we're going to continue with that breath work. If you've been practicing the engagement of the Mula Bandha, do so at the top of the inhale and hold that engagement through the exhale and release before your next inhale. What I'm going to add in for this next couple of rounds for breath is that we're going to make the inhale and the exhale the same length. So we're going to start by taking a count of 4 for the inhale and a count of 4 for the exhale. If you're engaging the Mula Bandha, doing that through the exhale. So we'll start by exhaling out all the air. Inhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Another round of 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work. We're going to take a few rounds on our own. So that gives you a chance to find the length of breath that really works best for you today. So it might be back in that 4 inhale and exhale. You might be all the way up to 8 or beyond, depending on how quick you count and how long and slow you sustain your breath. So as we do that, again, just a slight tuck in the chin, feeling the back of the head reach up towards the sky. Letting the belly go soft on the inhale, drawing it back in on the exhale, maybe engaging the Mula Bandha as you exhale. So take a few rounds here. It'll be about a minute that we are spending our time breathing here. So you might close the eyes and imagine that you're gazing at the spot between the eyebrows. You might enjoy having the hands planted on the knees, palms down, or rotating so that the palms face up. Finding something that's comfortable through the arms, keeping the back of the neck nice and long with that subtle tucking of the chin. Counting mentally to yourself. Taking our last 2 rounds of breath here like this, really fully focused on the full process. Finishing up your last round here at the bottom of the exhale, blinking the eyes back open. Wonderful. As you complete that, we'll bring the hands to the shoulders. And we'll start to draw big circles with the elbows. Let the breath be nice and slow here as we take these movements. Maybe again, continuing to count to yourself. Whatever length the inhale is, counting that inhale as you reach the elbows up. And then the exhale again, nice and slow, maybe counting mentally to yourself as you draw these big circles. Allowing the spine to get a little back bend as you reach the elbows up, letting the belly hang forward, and the exhale rolling out, maybe rounding the back just a little bit more, drawing the chin towards the chest. Allow these circles to be nice and slow. Again, moving with the count of the breath, maybe getting that roundness again in through the spine. Great work. Last one. Fantastic. We'll bring the hands back down towards the knees, lengthen the spine, finding our kind of beginning posture with the core slightly engaged, the spine long, and that gentle tuck of the chin. We're going to take the legs in the opposite cross. If you are in a cross-legged posture, if you're in an alternate seated posture, you can still roll out the ankles, wiggle the toes, get some blood flow down in through the legs. Great work. As you settle in, find that engagement again, that nice length. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Then we're going to draw the chin down towards the chest. Take a nice, slow, deep breath in through the back of the neck. See if you can imagine yourself softening this area. And with the exhale, see if you can soften the shoulders down just a little bit more. One more time like that. Inhale, nice and slow, just imagining that you're breathing in relaxation to the back of the neck and the shoulders. And the exhale, just see if you can soften those shoulders down just a little bit more. Great work. Slowly, gently start to roll the head from side to side, bringing the right ear towards the right shoulder, chin back to chest, left ear towards left shoulder. Taking these few gentle movements of the head from side to side, noticing as you do so any areas that are experiencing tightness or tension. Great work. We'll start to pause the movements of the head, coming back through neutral. Reach the head back to gaze neutral. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Now back behind us to interlace the fingers. Draw the knuckles down. See if you can puff the chest a little bit more while still keeping the belly gently engaged. So not a full back bend with the belly soft, but kind of in between. And the knuckles draw down, just giving us a little bit of length there, stretch on the top of the shoulders. If that doesn't feel comfortable for you today, you can just bring the hands back behind the hips with the fingers planted down onto the ground. Just that nice broadness through the collarbones. So either way, we're going to tilt the chin up towards the sky, gaze up. And then exhale, draw the chin back down towards the chest. Okay, now nice and slow, slowly bring the right ear towards the right shoulder. Take a breath into that sweet spot that we found earlier. And bring the head back through neutral, and then we'll bring the left ear towards the left shoulder. Again, breathing into that sweet spot, that area that's just asking for some more time and attention. Beautiful work. Bring the head back to neutral, release the hands. We'll inhale to reach the arms all the way up towards the sky. And exhale, draw the hands down through heart center. We'll take a moment here to create a dedication or an intention for our practice, for our day, for our week, for our year, for our lifetime, whatever it might be. So using positive language in the present tense with the thumbs pressed against the sternum, right over the heart. You can create your heartfelt desire or a sankalpa. Phrasing it with positive language, maybe an I am, or it is, or we are statement. And as that statement kind of solidifies, you can retune it if you'd like. You can repeat it to yourself 3 times mentally. And at the bottom of that 3rd repetition, you can release the hands back down towards the lap. Great. Inhale to reach the arms up overhead, lift the gaze up towards the sky, and then exhale, cactus the arms out towards the side. Take that little tuck of the chin towards the chest, and inhale, lift the fingers up, lift the gaze up, stretch the front of the throat. Exhale again, cactus the arms, take that little tuck in the chin, feeling that stretch on the back of the neck. Last time, inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, cactus. Draw the chin towards the chest. Beautiful. Bring the head back to neutral. Just tuck it back a little bit. We're going to extend the arms out nice and long towards the sides. Start to flex the fingers towards the forearms. Feel a stretch through the back of the hands. Roll the hands over. Extend the fingers out. Great job. Now bring the fingers back in towards the forearm. Rotate the hands back over. Extend the fingers out. We're going to take these movements a few times, moving at your pace. As we do this, you'll start to maybe notice some muscle engagement, some warmth in the arms, the chest, along the back and through the core. Just keep breathing steady and slow as we do this, maintaining strength into the arms, or increasing the strength in the arms and the shoulders. Draw the belly in gently. Keep finding that length into the lower back. Great. Nice, slow, deep inhale. Pausing with the palms facing the sky. And now start to just bat those palms up towards the sky, just a couple inches. See if you can slow down the breath again. Maybe mentally counting to yourself that length of breath that we had before. Great work. Our last 3, 2, 1, and pause. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky, lift the gaze up. Exhale, draw the hands down towards heart center. Beautiful work. Nice, slow, deep inhale. Now exhale, release the hands back down towards the lap, moving into our barrel rolls. We'll start to rotate the torso around and then draw ourselves back, drawing the belly in as we swing ourselves back around. Letting the belly be nice and soft as you swing forward with the inhale, drawing the belly in as you swing back and around. Kind of a lot to focus on there just as we swing ourselves around, but see if you can start to match the breath with the movements. Fantastic. Let's reverse the direction of our barrel rolls. Fantastic. We'll start to pause our barrel rolls and stack ourselves up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Great work. Let's uncross the legs, plant the feet about hips distance apart, knees up towards the sky. We're going to move into our seated cat-cows. As you inhale, roll the chest forward, lift the gaze up towards the sky. Exhaling, round down, gazing towards the navel. Again, start mentally counting to yourself that length of the inhale and the exhale. See if you can get them to be an even number, not an even number, but an equal number. So if you're counting 5 on the inhale, count 5 on the exhale, or whatever number that you've got. We'll take one more round. Beautiful. Starting to pause that movement, come back up through neutral spine. With the feet planted and the hands bound on the thighs, I'm going to broaden the collarbones just a little bit more. Tuck the chin slightly, drawing it back. Draw the belly in and start to straighten the elbows, leaning back at an angle. So really focus on drawing that belly in, keeping that angle between that flat back and the floor. Collarbones nice and broad. Now again, keep the chin tucked here instead of gazing up. We're going to just stretch through the back of the neck. Keep the belly drawn in, and if you would like, start to move it into your boat pose, starting to lift one shin and then the other shin up towards the sky. Keep drawing the shoulders back, keep drawing the belly in, keep breathing steady and slow. Okay. With your next inhale, counting nice and slow. Inhale to reach the arms up. Find that balance. Exhale, use that same count, lower the arms back down. Last one, inhale, lift the arms up, nice and slow. Exhale, lower the hands back down using that same count. Fantastic. Grab on again, back behind the thighs, plant the feet, start to move into your seated cat-cow. Inhale, roll the chest forward, tilt the gaze up, and then exhale to round down, moving with your breath, counting the inhale and the exhale. Great work. Finishing up our last one. Fantastic. Come back through neutral spine, draw the belly in, broaden the collarbones, straighten the elbows, lean the chest back, find that kind of prep pose for boat. And again, you're welcome to stay here, or if you'd like, start to lift again the shins up towards the sky. Just maintain that engagement through the belly, the broadness of the collarbones, and that slight tuck of the chin. Now you're welcome to stay here or find any other variation of our boat. If you would like, getting in a little twist, we'll extend the arms out again, nice and long, planting the palms together, overlapping the thumbs. And we're gonna, again, slowly breathe. Inhale to one side, exhale to the other side. Inhaling to one side, exhale to the other side. Last one. And finishing on the exhale. Come back to neutral, grab onto the legs, lower the feet, move into your seated cat-cow. So you might notice a theme today as I invite you to continue to count the inhale and the exhale. It's a really lovely mindfulness practice that just keeps drawing your awareness back to the breath. So it's also a form of samavriti. And using the breath is another style of yoga called Vini yoga. So I'm kind of doing a mismatch, hodgepodge sequence today that is, just really drawing our awareness back to the length of our breath. Great work. We'll pause our seated cat-cows and we'll start to make our way into bound angle pose. So drawing the soles of the feet together, open the knees out wide. Start to draw the heels in towards the sitting bones, grabbing on around the toes or around the ankles. Draw the belly in and lengthen the spine. Feel nice and tall here. Again, find that little tuck of the chin. So very gentle. It's not actually drawing the chin all the way down to the chest, but it's that lengthening, like the back of the head is reaching towards the sky. Shoulders draw down. Start to flap the knees up and down a few times, waking up the hip joints. See again if you can focus on that breath, making the inhale and the exhale a nice equal length. Fantastic. Starting to pause the knee bounce, re-lengthen the spine. Feel the belly engage just a little bit more. So if it was at 20%, see if you can turn it on to 50% engagement, maybe all the way up to 80% engaged. We're going to release the right hand and start to rotate the torso over towards the right, like we're rotating from our navel. Bring the right hand back behind the hips, press into that right hand, twisting over towards the right. Start to bring the gaze over to the right shoulder. Take a nice, slow, deep breath in and out. One more time, nice, slow, deep breath, maybe counting the breath. Again, if you're practicing the Mula Bandha, this is a great pose to start engaging the Mula Bandha through the exhale. Great work. Releasing our twist, passing back through center. Grabbing onto the toes. Inhale again, lengthen the spine. Release the left hand. Walk the left hand all the way back behind the hips. Draw the belly in. Inhale. Lengthen nice and tall. Exhale. See if you can twist just a little bit deeper, maybe gazing over that left shoulder. Fantastic. Starting to unwind. Bringing the hands back again towards the toes, towards the ankles. Draw the belly in again, that 80% engagement. Lengthen through the spine, that slight tuck of the chin. And as you exhale, we're going to hinge forward from the hips. Keep the spine nice and long. Bend the elbows out towards the knees. Maybe press the elbows into the knees. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen the spine, reaching with the top, kind of the crown of your head, that back bony part. Reach and length like it's one extension of the spine. And then exhale to soften and release. Let the head go nice and heavy. Lengthen, soften, let the belly hang. Maybe nod the head yes and no. Now, the hands can stay bound on the feet, or if you'd like, you can walk the hands forward, reaching. You might feel a slightly different stretch here in through the shoulders and through the neck. Or if you're wanting to focus on the hips today, you can bring the hands back to the toes and just keep pressing the knees out nice and wide. It's all good. Again, a nice posture for us to focus on engaging the Mula Bandha through the exhale. Great. Starting to draw the belly in. Exhale to ragdoll yourself all the way back up through seated. Roll the shoulders. Again, forward, up, back and down. Help bring the knees back together. And we're going to start to windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Bring the hands back behind the hips and just gently windshield wiper. Fantastic. Starting to pause that movement, planting the feet. So this posture with the fingers pointed towards the hips, planted down. You might choose to stay here. You might come up onto your knuckles if that feels a little too sensitive for the wrist, or you can even lower down onto your forearms. We're going to move into a reverse table. So with the forearms planted or up on the knuckles or on the palms of the hands, start to press into the floor, lifting the chest, press into the feet, start to squeeze the glutes. And as you exhale, start to lift the hips up towards the sky. So again, I'm doing the modified version with the forearms down. We're going to find that length in through the neck. We're not tilting the head back, letting the head dangle, and we're not tucking the chin so much that we're kind of curling up in the cervical spine, but we're gazing right up there at the sky. Nice, slow, deep inhale. And then exhale, lower the hips back down towards the floor, lengthen the legs out nice and long. Press yourself back up to seated. Hands come down by the hips, toes flex towards the sky. Press into the palms, coming into our Dandasana staff pose. Sorry. Lengthen the spine, core is engaged. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Now transitioning into our forward fold, gentle bend in the knees. As you exhale, hinge forward, forward, forward. Reach the hands towards the outside of the legs, push into the palms, shine the chest forward, tilt the gaze up. And then exhale, start to round down over the legs. Let the head hang nice and heavy here, exhaling fully. Use the inhale to press into the palms, lengthen the spine again, kind of a half forward fold, gazing up, shine the chest forward. And then exhale again, nice and slow, lowering the torso down over the legs. One more time like that, but start to count the inhale and the exhale. Again, nice and slow, moving with your breath. The inhale rises us up kind of halfway, re-lengthens the spine. Use that same count to exhale, nice and slow, re-rolling yourself down into your forward fold. Beautiful. Use your next exhale, draw the belly in, ragdoll yourself all the way back up through seated, roll the shoulders forward, up, back and down. Then we're gonna roll over the legs and meet up on our hands and knees. As you make your way to hands and knees, we're going to take a few moments in our bear pose. So this is our organic, intuitive movement like a bear coming out of hibernation, just shaking off any stiff spots, maybe any locations that you notice during our warm-up that just need that extra time or movement. So maybe your bear pose looks like a series of cat-cow movements. Maybe it looks like a low cobra. Maybe it looks like more of those barrel rolls. Maybe you're shaking your hips from side to side. Maybe you're resting in child's pose. Just give yourself this freedom here to kind of explore the movements that's available to you today. Wonderful. We'll start to wind down our bear pose, coming back onto our hands and knees. Press into the palms, feel the sternum lift away from the floor. So if this is intense on the wrists, you can again come up onto your knuckles or lower down onto your forearms. We're going to take our hip circles next. So starting with the left side, kick the left heel up towards the sky. Nice bend in the knees like you're holding a box between your heel and your glute. Continue to draw the belly in, feel the back nice and flat. Open the knee out towards the left side of the room and draw the knee up towards the elbow. Pull it underneath the body and kick the heel up towards the sky. Open it out, pull it towards the elbow, then underneath the body and kick the heel up. Last one, open, up towards the elbow, underneath the body, kick the heel up. I meant to say last one in that direction. Switch directions, draw the knee in towards the chest, out towards the elbow, then the side, kick the heel up. Pull it in towards the chest, elbow, side, and kick the heel up. This is the last one on this side. In towards the chest, elbow, side, and lift. Great job. Extend that leg out nice and long. Point the toes towards the back through. Slowly tap the toes down and then kick the leg up. Tap it down, kick it up, tap it down, kick it up. Two more, tap it down, kick it up, tap it down, kick it up. Great job. Now flex the toes to point towards the floor. Plant those toes on the ground, playing with our one-legged plank. Press the mat away, draw the belly in. Maybe start to hover that right knee up off the floor. Nice work. Take a nice slow deep breath in and exhale out. Great job. Lower that knee down towards the floor. Lower the other knee. Rock back into child's pose. Extend the arms out nice and long. Roll out the wrists, wiggle the fingers, maybe give the forearms a gentle massage, the backs of the hands. Great. Let's take those on the opposite side. Rising back up. Stacking the shoulders and either the elbows or over the wrists, the knees and the hips. Draw the belly in, press the mat away, kick the right heel up towards the sky, then open the knee out towards the right side, draw it up towards the right elbow and underneath the body, and kick the heel back up. Take it to the side, elbow, under the body, up, side, elbow, under the body, and up. Switch directions, draw the knee in towards the chest, elbow, side, up, chest, elbow, side, up. Last one, chest, elbow, side, and up. Great job. Extend that leg out nice and long. Point the toes towards the back of the mat. Slowly start to tap the toes down and lift the leg back up nice and long with control. Lower it down, lift it up, lower it down, lift it up, lower down, lift it up. Last one, lower down and lift it up. Great job. Now reflex the toes to point towards the floor. Plant those toes down, press the mat away, draw the belly in, maybe start to hover the left knee up off the ground, that one-legged plank. Nice, slow, deep breath. Great job. Lowering both knees back down towards the floor. Rock back again into child's pose. Take the movements into the wrists, the hands. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Take a nice, slow, deep breath in. Exhale, start to walk the hands over towards the left side of the mat. Grab onto the right wrist. Take a round of breath, counting the inhale and the exhale. Release the right hand, walk the hands over towards the right side, grab onto the left wrist. And again, take 2 to 3 rounds of breath, counting the inhale and matching it with the count of the exhale. Maybe engaging the Mula Bandha through the exhale. Great job. Bringing the hands back towards center, rising yourself back up to tabletop. Tuck your toes back behind you. With your nice slow exhale, maybe that same count, slowly start to lift the hips up towards the sky, coming into downward facing dog. So using whatever count you've used on the exhale, making it nice and slow, reaching the hips up towards the sky, pressing the shoulders back, heels lift, and then we're going to start to pedal the feet, lifting and lowering alternate heels. Let the head dangle here. Counting the breath nice and slow in and out as we stretch in our downward facing dog. Nice work. Starting to pause that movement in through the hands, lift the gaze towards the finger. Use your count again. Use your next exhale, counting nice and slow. Take all that time to bring yourself into plank pose, stacking the shoulders over the wrists. Great job. Inhale here, nice and slow. Next exhale, coming back into downward facing dog. Great work. This next exhale, begin to walk the feet and the hands towards each other, meeting up in our forward fold. Maybe grab opposite elbows here. Maybe give the forearms, the wrists a little bit of movement or massage. Taking those nice, slow, deep breaths. Great. Releasing opposite arms. Increase the bend in the knees. Draw the belly in. Use your next exhale, rise yourself all the way back up through standing, stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae, head comes up last. Start to roll the shoulders forward, up, back and down, and we'll find our way into our Tadasana mountain pose. Feet are planted, fingers extend down towards the floor, legs engaged, belly draws in, collarbones nice and broad. That slight tuck of the chin as you extend the back of the head towards the sky. Nice, slow, deep breath in. And exhale nice and slow out. Feeling that grounded sensation into the feet. We're going to count again. Inhale to reach the arms up overhead. Take your time. Take that nice, slow, deep inhale. Use that nice, slow, deep exhale to draw the hands back down through heart center. Take your time. Slow motion here. Inhale. Again, counting mentally to yourself just how long it takes to inhale, that nice, slow, deep inhale, reaching the fingers up towards the sky. As you exhale, take that long, slow exhale. We're going to hinge forward from the hips and forward fold. Coming to our forward fold. Bring the hands towards the legs. Use your nice, slow inhale. Rise yourself up halfway. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, nice and slow, forward fold. Next inhale, rising ourselves all the way back up. Use that count. Finishing up with the arms reaching up overhead, lifting the gaze up. Exhale back down, hands towards heart center. Nice and slow. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to take those movements again. I'll count us out a 4 count. 4 inhale, 4 exhale, 4 inhale, 4 exhale. So we're going to take those same series of movements. The arms up, the forward folds, the halfway forward folds, the forward fold, rising all the way back up. So we'll count out with 4 this time, taking all those movements. Sending the fingers down towards the floor. Inhale, lift the arms up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, forward fold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, forward fold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rising all the way back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. Nice work, everybody. All right, let's play a little bit with our balance. I feel fairly warmed up. Rooting down into the feet, lengthen through the spine. We're nice and tall, lengthening out here. We'll bring the hands to either the hips or to heart center. We're going to find a variation of our tree pose today. Kind of looks more like a pirate captain than a tree. So, pirate captain pose. If you would like, you can move closer to a chair, to a wall, or you can take classic tree pose as well. Starting to press into the right foot, squeeze the right thigh, squeeze the right glute. Start to get lighter and lighter in that left foot. Maybe choosing to stay here on your left toe, or start to lift the knee up in line with the hip. So feeling the balance there in through that right foot, squeeze the right thigh, squeeze the right glute, really ground down, recenter. Now for the pirate captain mode, flex the foot like you're stepping up onto a box, and then help that left knee out towards the left. So if you can imagine that leg is sitting on a seaworthy barrel or something. I don't know. They actually stand on a crate of merchandise. Something. Inhale, nice and slow, lengthening in through the spine. Fabulous work. Use that nice slow exhale. Slowly bring the knee back down into center line. And then lower the foot all the way back down towards the floor. Beautiful work. Roll out that right ankle, release the hands, maybe roll out the wrists as well. And then we're going to plant that foot and we're going to rotate ourselves around, just windmilling. All right, fantastic. Starting to pause those movements. We're going to take that on the other side. Hands either come to heart center or to the hips. Root down in through the left foot. Squeeze the left thigh. Squeeze the left glute. Start to get lighter and lighter in that right foot. Now, either again, choosing to stay here or start to lift that right knee up towards the sky. Root down into that left foot. Draw the belly in. See if you can lengthen the spine just a little bit more. Now, finding that captain pose, flex the right toes like you're stepping up onto a box and slowly start to open that right knee out. Nice, slow, deep breaths in and out. If possible, count the length of inhale and exhale mentally to yourself. And we'll start to make our way out of this. Bring the knee back through center and then plant the foot back down. Roll out the left ankle, move the wrists around. And then we're going to plant the feet and windmill ourselves around. Fantastic. Starting to pause that movement, we're going to make our way back up towards the top of the mat. Finding our Tadasana mountain pose, root down into the feet, lengthen into the spine. Nice, slow, deep inhale. And exhale completely. Inhale, nice and slow. Reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise yourself all the way back up through standing. Lift the arms, lift the gaze. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Root down into the right foot, squeeze the right thigh, squeeze the right glute, draw the belly in, lengthen the spine, start to get lighter and lighter in the left foot. Okay, again, slowly start to lift that left knee up and moving slowly with that full exhale, extend the left leg back behind you like you're moving in slow motion. Plant the toe, plant the heel. Make sure those back toes are pointed towards the upper left corner of the mat, moving into our warrior one. Start to bend the right knee over the ankle, little tuck in the tailbone. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Beautiful work. One more nice, slow, deep breath here. Great. Bring the hands back behind the hips, interlace the fingers, draw the knuckles down, puff the chest up, tilt the gaze up towards the sky. Keep the core engaged. Use your exhale slowly. Hinge forward over that right leg. Lower the torso down. Keep the head in line with the spine. Lift the knuckles up towards the sky. Our humble warrior. Nice, slow, deep breaths in and out. Draw the lower belly in. Use your exhale, counting mentally to yourself. Lift yourself all the way back up, nice and slow. Use that count. Release the hands. Inhale, use that same count. Reach the arms back up overhead. Again, using that same count, we'll draw the hands down through heart center and straighten the front knee. Beautiful. Using your exhale, draw the belly in slowly. Use that count. Hinge forward from the hips, lower the torso down over that straight front leg. Hands at heart center. Release the hands down towards the leg, the shin, and forward fold. One full round of breath here. Draw the lower belly in. Inhale, rise yourself all the way back up through standing. Hands come back towards heart center. Gazing at the top of the mat, push into that right foot and step the left foot forward. Great job. Release the hands back down by the sides. Take a nice slow, deep inhale, counting mentally to yourself. And exhale fully. counting mentally to yourself. Fantastic. Taking that on the other side, bring the hands back towards heart center. Press into the left foot, squeeze the left thigh, squeeze the left glute. Start to get lighter and lighter in that right foot. Maybe choosing to lift that right knee up towards the sky. But use your exhale nice and slow. Extend that right foot back behind you. Again, like you're moving in slow motion. Plant the toe, plant the heel. Get those right toes pointed towards the upper right corner of the mat and start to bend the left knee over the left ankle. Little gentle tuck of the tailbone, nice lengthening in through the spine. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Warrior one. Take a round of breath here, counting mentally to yourself. Fantastic. Bring the hands back behind you, moving nice and slow. Again, take the opposite interlace of the fingers, so the ones that kind of feels less natural. Draw the knuckles down. Inhale, puff the chest, tilt the gaze. Use that same slow exhale count to begin to hinge forward over that left leg. Lifting the knuckles up towards the sky. Keep the spine nice and long. Lower the head. Take a round of breath here, counting mentally to yourself. Draw the belly in, use your inhale, rise yourself all the way back up. Release the bind of the hands, extend the fingers up overhead. Use your exhale, straighten the front knee, hands come through heart center. Again, moving that slow motion, moving with the count. Inhale to lengthen the spine again. Draw the belly in, use that exhale, hinge forward from the hips, coming into our forward fold over the straight knee, our Parsvottanasana, counting mentally to yourself, lowering yourself down nice and slow, releasing the hands down towards the leg, maybe towards the floor. Take a full round of breath here. Draw the belly in, use your inhale, counting mentally to yourself, rise yourself all the way back up. Hands come through heart center. Take a gaze at the top of the mat. Use your exhale, stepping forward with that right foot. Planting the foot back down, finding your Tadasana mountain pose. Nice, slow, deep breaths in. And exhale out. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, lift the gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come towards the legs. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees enough that you can plant the hands at the top of the mat. With the hands planted, start to walk the feet out nice and long, coming again into our plank pose. Keep the core engaged. Nice, slow, deep breath here. Then use your exhale, bend the knees down towards the floor, bend the elbows, lower the chest all the way down towards the floor. Lengthen the legs out nice and long, hands underneath the armpit area, squeeze the elbows in towards the body. Inhale, press into the palms, lift the chest up, lift the gaze up, lengthen the neck, draw the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, slowly soften and release the torso back down towards the floor. Press into the knees, press into the palms. Exhale, rise yourself back up through table. Now we're gonna move into a wide-legged child's pose. From here, open the knees out just a little wider. Let's see. So instead of them being underneath the hips, like table, I'm gonna open the knees out just a little bit wider. The toes can come towards each other at the back of the mat. Slowly start to lower yourself down into our wide-legged child's pose. Lower the torso down. You might use the forearms as a little pillow for the head.
Just a little more support for the chest. Or you can stretch the arms out nice and long in front of you. The hands can come down by the sides. Maybe you want to stretch into the back of the forearms, bring the palms together at the top of the head. Send the arms back out in front of you and press them underneath the shoulders. Help rise yourself back up out of your wide-legged child's pose and lower the hips back down towards the floor. I'm going to take a moment and extend the legs out again, nice and long. Hands come back behind the hips and give the legs a little bit of some movement, a little jiggle. I'll pause that. We'll just windshield wipe the feet from side to side. Excellent work. Starting to pause that movement. Lift the torso back up in line, nice and long. Flex the toes towards the sky, finding our Dandasana staff pose again. Pressing to the feet, lengthen the spine, nice slow deep inhale. And exhale, bending the right knee, pull the right heel towards the sitting bone, grab onto that right shin. Inhale to lengthen the spine. We're gonna move into a twist next. Start to rotate over towards the right. Wrap the left elbow around the right knee, right hand comes back behind the hips. Press into that right hand, help lengthen the spine, growing a little taller, and exhale to twist, maybe starting to gaze over that right shoulder. Nice slow deep breath in and out. Beautiful. Slowly unwind. Now, grab onto the knee again. Inhale, lengthen the spine. We're going to twist over towards the left. Wrap the right elbow around the right knee. Draw the left hand back behind the hips. Press into that left hand. Lengthen the spine again. Exhale, twist to gaze over the left shoulder. Nice, slow, deep breaths here. Counting mentally to yourself. Coming back through center. Open that right knee out towards the right. Bring the sole of the foot in towards the thigh. Bring the hands down by the hips. Press into the palms. Lengthen the spine. Rotate the collarbones over that left leg. Begin to walk the hands out nice and long along that leg. Press into the palms. Shine the chest forward. And then exhale. Lower down over the leg. Soften and release. Let the head hang nice and heavy here. Maybe nodding the head yes and no. And you might want to work a little bit more into that right lower back side, so you can walk the hands to the outside of that left leg. Nice, slow, deep breaths in and out. Great work. Starting to make our way back up out of this posture. Draw the belly in. Slowly rewind yourself all the way back up through seated. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Okay, something a little new here. We're going to open this right knee out just a little bit more. We're going to create a bigger V shape here. So we were kind of smushing the leg towards the thighs, squaring the hips off. Now we're going to open ourselves up just a little bit more. Lengthen through the spine. So now the hips are kind of pointed in between, or the torso is pointed in between the hips. They're kind of going in that area. We'll press down by the hips, lengthen the spine. Inhale to reach the arms up overhead. And we're going to lower this left hand down
by that left hip, reach up with the right fingers and paint that rainbow shape with the right fingers over towards the left toes. Press into that left hand, see if you can get a little more length in the waist, a little more rotation into the collarbones. Breathing, bring those fingers just a little closer towards the toes. Nice, slow, deep breath here, in and out. Great job. Draw the lower belly in. Exhale, rise yourself all the way back up, bring the arms up. Now moving into our forward fold between the legs. Exhale, hinge forward between the legs. Lower the hands down, inside, press into the palms, shine the chest forward. Exhale to round down between the legs. Let the head hang nice and heavy. Maybe nod the head, yes and no. And start to draw the lower belly in. Use your next exhale. Ragdoll yourself all the way back up through seated. Great job. Lift that right knee back up. Extend that right leg back out, nice and long. Take a moment, just notice the difference between the two sides. Great. I'll switch. Pull the left knee up and in, heel towards the sitting bones. Grab onto that left shin. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Use your exhale, twisting over towards the left. Wrap the right elbow around the left knee. Left hand comes back behind the hips. Pressing into the floor. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Maybe start to bring the gaze over that left shoulder. Twist. And slowly starting to unwind, pass back through center. Grab onto the shins, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twisting over towards the right. Wrap the left knee around or with the elbow. Press into the floor with the right hands, lengthen the spine as you inhale. Exhale, twist just a little bit more, gazing over the right shoulder. Great work. Slowly unwinding, passing back through center. Opening that left knee out towards the left. Plant the sole of the foot in towards that right thigh. Press into the palms, lengthen the spine. And we're going to rotate the torso over that right leg. Walk the hands out along the sides of the leg, hinging forward over the right leg. Flex the right toes up towards the sky. Press into the hands, lengthen the spine, shine the chest forward, and then exhale, slowly soften and release the torso over the legs. Let the head hang nice and heavy. Take a moment here to count the length of your inhale and exhale. Slowly starting to make our way out of this posture. Draw the belly in. Use your exhale. Ragdoll yourself all the way back up. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Now we're going to open the legs a little wider from each other. A little more of a V shape here in the hips. Bring the hands down by the hips. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Flex the right toes again. Plant the right hand down outside that right hip, reach up with the left fingers, and then paint that rainbow shape with the left fingers over towards the right toes. Press into the right hand, see if you can get more lift in the waist, a little more rotation into the collarbones. Keep reaching and breathing. Beautiful. Draw the belly in, exhale, rise yourself all the way back up. Reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Great work. Extend that left leg out with the right. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Beautiful work. We're going to make our way back into a comfortable seated posture. So cross-legged or the knees bent, feet planted, maybe sitting up on a block or bolster. We're going to take a few moments of alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhana. So this is very relaxing for the nervous system. It's very balancing for our energies. I'll scooch a little closer so that you can
observe. So what we will do is, sitting in this cross-legged position, our left hand, oh, there it is, we'll bring the index and the thumb together, and we'll bring the back of the wrist to rest on our left knee. Like that. Okay, right hand. We'll use the thumb and the ring finger, and these are going to alternately plug our nostrils on each side. So you can bring either the index and the middle finger to rest in between the eyebrows, or if that doesn't feel comfortable, you can fold the fingers in. So options. I kind of like that awareness on my brow center there as we do this. So we're going to start by using our ring finger to plug the left nostril and exhale out completely from the right nostril. Take a nice slow deep inhale through that right nostril. And then switch sides. Close the right nostril with the thumb, open with the ring finger. Take a round of breath, counting the length of the inhale and the exhale, and then we'll switch sides. Continuing like that, breathing fully, an inhale and an exhale on each side, and then switching. Aiming to get the length of the inhale and the exhale to be about the same length. We'll take just another 2 minutes here, watching the clock. Continue to breathe. Finishing up your last round, finishing on the right side. At the bottom of that exhale on the right side, bring the right hand, wrist down onto the right knee, thumb and index finger touch, eyes still closed. Take a few rounds of breath, breathing in and out through both nostrils. Fantastic. Blinking the eyes back open. We'll uncross the leg, plant the feet with the knees up towards the sky. Finding our block, we're going to make our way down onto our back. Take a moment here. You might draw the knees in towards the chest. Might just take another round of breath in and out, nice and slow. Moving into our supported bridge pose. Pressing into the feet, squeeze the muscles of the glutes.
As you exhale, lift the hips up and just place them on the block on the lowest setting. We want the block a little bit closer towards the tailbone. And we're going to take a nice restful variation here. Either choosing to keep the feet planted or bring the soles of the feet together, open the knees out wide. Take a moment to draw the shoulders down the back just a little bit more, maybe that tucking of the chin towards the chest. Counting your inhales and your exhales. Now release the counting of your breath and just let the breath move in and out at its own pace. With the eyes closed, see if you can keep your gaze at the spot between your eyebrows. We'll start to make our way out of this posture, slowly helping the knees come back together. Press into the feet, squeeze the glutes, slowly lift the hips up off the block and lower the hips back down towards the floor. Open the arms up into cactus and slowly begin to windshield wiper the knees from side to side using that same nice, slow, long breath. So you'll inhale to one side and you'll exhale to the other side. Not needing to count the length of the breath, but just following your intuition. Wonderful work. Starting to pause our windshield wiping. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Squeeze the knees in and start to activate all the muscles of the body. Squeeze the muscles of the glutes, the feet, the legs, the arms, the hands. Draw the belly in, peel the forehead up towards the knees. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze one nice tight little ball. Then use your exhale, slowly release everything all the way back down onto the floor, extending the legs out nice and long. Toes fall towards the outer edges of the mat. Hands come down by the sides, palms face the sky. Take a gentle pulling down of the shoulders, a little tuck of the tailbone towards the heels. Drawing the chin towards the chest slightly, just getting the back of the neck nice and long. Coming to rest in our Shavasana. Taking any wiggles or fidgets that are helpful just to become a little bit more comfortable.
Softening the muscles of the face and the forehead, the jaw, the neck. Softening the muscles in the shoulders and the arms. Taking a swallow and softening the throat, the chest. The belly and the back are relaxed and the hips are calm and resting. The legs are long and relaxed. The feet are comfortable and relaxed. Resting here for another moment. Take a moment to just feel supported. Supported by the earth. Supported by your breath. Supported by your body. Supported by those that love and care for you. Feeling that support and offering gratitude to all those places that you feel supported by. Little mental thank you. Take a nice slow deep inhale and start to bring some movement back into your fingers and your toes. And start to roll out the wrists and the ankles. We'll take our next inhale to stretch the arms up overhead, waking ourselves back up, pointing the toes in the opposite direction, stretching the front of the body. And exhaling to draw the knees in towards the chest, giving yourself that nice big hug again. We'll make our way over onto our side body, resting for a moment in a fetal posture. Offering ourselves some words of gratitude for prioritizing our health and our wellness today. And as you're ready, helping yourself to rise back up into a comfortable seated posture. Keeping the eyes closed to the gaze softly lowered. We'll take an inhale to lift the arms up overhead. And hands draw down through heart center as you exhale. May our practice be of benefit
to all beings. Thank you and namaste.